Alright, what's going on, YouTubers? I'm here coming at you guys with an updated version of my Machina triple structure deck version. I did add some cards. I don't remember if I added some cards in a previous video, but now I had some cards that came in the mail. So this is what I have so far, and I'm very happy with it. I had entered a tournament online, and Adamantimators are really good. So I really think that's the best deck this format. And even though I did what I wanted against them, they were still able to push through. So I'll let you guys know the details later in the video, but we're going to start off. Triple Machina gear frame. This is what you guys want to see in your starting hand. This adds any Machina monster from the deck to the hand, and it can equip itself to any machine monster. And like if it'd be destroyed by battle or card effect, you could just send this instead. So it's really good for any machine monster that you want to protect. And it's a level 4. So that's really good. Then we run double possess storage. Possess storage, really good. So when it's normal or special summoned, you can special summon a Machina monster from your graveyard. Now it cannot activate its effects that turn, which is kind of weird. But you usually just want to summon it, summon a monster from your graveyard to start your Link and XYZ plays. That's really it. And then its second effect, you can bounce a Machina monster back to your hand, and then bounces the spell or trap card on the field back to the hand. So that's actually a really good effect if you're trying to OTK someone or you're just trying to finish the game off. Now we have triple Machina Fortress. I didn't really like this card, but playing it, like testing this deck more and playing online, it's actually like really good, because sometimes you just like don't have like a monster with good attack, or you can't really do anything, and if this is in your graveyard, you just discard that and special summon this. And so when this card is destroyed by battle, you can target a card on the field and destroy it, so it doesn't matter if it's a monster or a spell or trap. And really good effect as well is if it gets targeted, your opponent has to discard a card. So let's say the only way of them getting rid of this without destroying a card on the field, they have to target him, then we're automatically ripping a card from their hand, which is really good. So run triple that. Then we run triple Irradiator still. Irradiator is really good. This combo is really nicely in your starting hand with, let's say, Citadel and Supply Squad. So you summon it and then activates effect to special summon and then destroy itself. And then once it destroys itself, it triggers Machina Citadel, which special summons, and then supplies storage, lets you draw a card. Now, drawing, I feel like, is very important, because now you're going to be playing against a lot of like top tier decks, since I feel like everyone is buying Adamantimators and Eldritch. Like everyone I've seen online is looking for it. So having hand traps is a must. I don't have many hand traps in this deck because I'm still playing around with it, but I have double Ash, so if you want to activate the Supply Squad effect to draw a card, that would be great. What if you draw into that Ash and then they activate something that adds to the hand or special summons, you activate that Ash and maybe it can end his turn right there. So really good. And it's level 8, so easy rank 8 plays. Then triple Machina Aerator. It does the same thing, but during your opponent's turn. Now this is really good. That combos with Supply Squad as well. So if you activate Irradiator's effect, destroy itself to special summon Aerator, you got to draw off that. During your opponent's turn, activate Aerator's effect to destroy that. Now you're drawing from Supply Squad on your opponent's turn. So the draw engine in this deck is pretty good. You just have to draw that Supply Squad, which is a bad thing, but we actually run 3 guys. So that's another level 8 for your rank 8 and Link plays. So here we run Machina Megaform. So because we're running Machina Fortress, Megaform is pretty good, just because you want to discard it with the spell card for cost, or discard it to summon the Fortress, and then if like Fortress is sent to the graveyard, you banish the Fortress and special summon Megaform. Then with Megaform, you contribute it to special summon even like a Machina Citadel from your deck, or really any Machina monster. You can even summon Possess Storage and then special summon another monster from your graveyard. So really good. Level 8, so rank 8 and 2600 beater. So now Most important card in the deck, Machina Citadel. We're still running at 3. I was eventually maybe thinking of cutting this to 2 because sometimes it does like feel like you have too much in your hand. But the thing is, like, you can discard it easily, and this, like, discarding it to the graveyard is where it needs to be. So I don't know, kind of weird about playing it at 3, but right now it's at 3. So you tribute any machine monster, destroy monsters on your opponent's field with attack equal to or lower than it. It's still really good. It's just like if they have monsters with high attack, then you can't really get rid of it with Machina Citadel, so then you'd have to use something like the Machina Fortress, or go into your rank 8s. But still really good. And then it special summons from the graveyard if a machine monster is destroyed. Earth Machine. Another combo starter, Scrap Recycler, really good. It sends the Citadel to the grave, so you don't really have to worry about drawing it. It sends the Gizmek, Sky Serpentine, to the grave as well. So that's an easy special summon of a level 8 to go into your rank 8. And then we don't really use a second effect too much because we only have, I think, 2 targets, which is Possess Storage and Machina Gear Frame, which is shuffle 2 level 4s and then draw 1. But in time, it does happen, and let's say you're going late game and you need that extra draw. Activate Recycler's effect, send 2 back to the deck, and then draw 1. Let's say that could be your winning card. So we still run it at 3. Then the 1 Scrap Golem, just because we're running Ancient Wyvern and we want to get that Recycler back on the field. The Gizmek Orochi, just because we want that special summon from the grave. I'm thinking about maybe playing 3 of this. I don't have the second and third one, but I think it's really good. So basically, if a card or cards you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, so it does activate from Citadel's effect, you can special summon it. And then you can discard a card to destroy a card on the field. So that is really good to pair off with like Citadel and stuff. So like discard a Citadel, or you can discard the Gizmek, or even if you have Scrap Golem in your hand, which does happen quite a few times, discard the Golem, and there you go, destroy a card on the field. And the good thing, it's 3000 attack, and it's a level 8, so it works in your rank 8s. We still run the 1 Super Express Bullet Train, really good. Earth Machine monster on the field, you just special summon it. Then if it was sent to the graveyard, you get to add a 1 machine monster in your graveyard added to your hand. So you can add anything to your hand, Citadel, Air Raider, just for your play next turn. Double Ash, self-explanatory. We want to stop Eldritch. We want to stop Adamantipator's from special summoning from the main deck. Does this? Special summon from the deck, yeah. So yeah. Triple Machina Redeployment, another important card. Discard any card, add 2 Machina monsters from the deck to the hand, and if you discarded a Machina card, you can add any spell or trap or monster. So really good. Then I put this in the deck. I'm starting to run 1 Machina Defense Perimeter. You guys have to try it. Like, don't just automatically take it out the deck. Please try it, because this keeps letting you add machine monsters from your deck to your hand, and if you have hand advantage, a lot of these cards ask you to discard or stuff, then you have no problems with that. And so like you can activate Machina Defense Perimeter, and you can even add like Super Express Bullet Train back to your hand and stuff. So it's really good. We're running triple Supply Squad now for draw power. I love it at 3. It's really good. It gets, if you needed like extra draw power, you got that Supply Squad in the back, and usually they're not going to use their MSTs or stuff to destroy this, so that's really good. So triple Supply Squad. We're running double Trade-In, just because sometimes the level 8s clog in our hand, so we could just discard it to add 2 cards, and like you can use Machina Defense Perimeter to just add it back to your hand. So how crazy is that, guys? Super Express also adds it back to your hand. So I think Trade-In is really good. So like pairing this with Trade-In and Supply Squad, it has pretty good draw power. So that's why I'm thinking about adding more hand traps. So the more hand traps you draw, the more you're stopping your opponent. And 1 upstart. And then we're still running triple Machina Overdrive. I kind of want to run this at 2, but it's just like if you only summon the scrap recycler and you have the trap card, you can still, you know, activate it to special summon like Fortress, and then Citadel in the grave special summons, and now you have a Citadel and a Fortress on the field. So that's why I still have it at 3, but maybe cut it to 2. Alright guys, so this is what I have so far. No one has really told me any changes or whatever, so that's what I have. But if you guys think like anything works out, like I'll test it in the deck, and if I like it, like I'll post a video on like how it really went out. So my extra deck is pretty big right now. These are just like choices you guys can put that are really good. I still haven't decided, but I can tell you which ones I know for a fact are in. So double Scrap Wyvern, 1 is really not enough, guys, because if they stop the first one late game, if you have no other plays, Scrap Wyvern is still good late game. It still lets you go into, you know, combo starter. Running 1 Union Carrier. Now, let me move that. So 1 Union Carrier is really weird, but like if you wanted to get some monsters out to the graveyard, summon Union Carrier, and then you can equip a gear frame from the deck so it won't get destroyed. Or a card that I was thinking about putting in here, which no one really thought about, is Robot Buster Destruction Sword. So basically it's kind of like Dragon Buster or whatever its name was, but it locks you out from the extra deck. So this one, what it does is face up spell or trap cards on the field can't activate their effects. So I'm thinking like which cards is this good? So it's kind of good against like field spells. It's good about from like the Elixir, the one that like special summons from the deck by paying 800. It can also stop Void Imagination. So those are just a couple things that it can stop. So that's there. I'm just waiting on it. It came in yesterday, so don't know if I'll put it in the deck. Bujinki, Ahashima. So sometimes I feel like a lot of people are going to be running DD Crow, and they're most likely going to DD Crow the Citadel or the Fortress or something. So you can go into this, special summon like a Citadel from your hand and bring back the banished Citadel and just overlay until like, I don't know, you're rank 10 XYZ. So this is not necessary. I don't have it in the deck yet, but it's, you know, it's there. Double-headed Anger Knuckle. Now I feel like this is pretty good just because you can special summon Citadel from the grave. It will have its effects negated, but it will work for link plays. And what's good, if it's in the graveyard, you just send a card from your hand to the grave, and now you have a link too, and now you can like link climb super easy. So this is really good. Topologic Trisbana. This I noticed would probably kill Eldritch. This is a very important card, guys, if you want to play against Eldritch. So let's say they go first. They do have cards that destroy and stuff, but if you can get this out on the field, it's going to banish all their spell and traps. If you banish the traps, that means they can't activate in the grave, and that means they have no spell and traps. So this is really good to stop Eldritch. So that's why I'm definitely running that. Topologic Zerobros, the same thing, but for monsters. So you could run this for Adamanticators as well, or just any deck. And then during the end phase, it comes back and you just put it in the extra monster zone. We don't really need to use the extra monster zone, guys. We have Citadel, we have Fortress, we have big monsters that can take them down. So Zerobros is actually a pretty good card. And the good thing is, like, you can summon monsters to this so easily. Like if you have an Air Raider during your opponent's turn and you had summoned this, activate Air Raider's effect, special summon right here, and it just banishes all the monsters. And it comes back during the end phase or your standby phase or whatever. So that's really good. Running 1 Unchained Abomination. This is unnecessary in the deck. We destroy a lot of cards with card effects, even our own. So this still triggers. So you can basically destroy 3 cards at a turn easy with this card. So end phase, destroy a card. If it's destroyed by a card effect, which all our cards do, destroy a card. And if we destroy a monster by battle, destroy a card. So extremely good. We're running 1 Dreadnought. This is 2 level 4, so gear frame and possess storage. So if this destroys a monster by battle, you can special summon a rank 10 from your extra deck. Now, and equip as material. So you can summon the one that detached to 2000, attack directly, main phase 2, detach 2000, that's game, guys. So Really good. And not a lot of people are gonna be thinking about running this, so just letting you know. First person to do that. Draglubian. You know, you guys seen the Team Samurai video. Special summons any number dragon monster. Special summon this. Cannot be destroyed by battle, so can only really get rid of it by card effects, but Adamantipator's returns it to the hand, which is dumb, but you know, that's how Yu-Gi-Oh! Is right now. Hope Harbinger basically negates a spell card, and you could like tell them which monster to attack. So really good. Phantom Fortress, this, whatever. So we don't have any level 9s. This is just gonna be like another version of the deck that I might build, and it uses level 9 monsters. So this is not in the deck right now, but maybe. Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord. Now this is gonna be like XYZ climbing, kind of. So if you have 2 level 8s and you need to get rid of some cards, you summon this. This can stop Nibiru, by the way. Then you go into this. But they would just wait for you to go into this, so it really wouldn't matter. But when this summons, you get to destroy a card on the field by overlaying itself on top. And then you can overlay this on top as well to destroy another card on the field. And it's a 3200 beater. So we're definitely running these. Gustav Max, just for the play I told you. And Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Super Dora. Just because it's a really good 2 level 10s. And a play you can do, you only have Citadel to go into this. So you go into this, and then during your turn, you can just discard the Citadel. So now you have a Citadel engraved that's now live, and during your opponent's turn, you can activate the effect whenever. So that's what I have, guys. I'll maybe do a little quick, these are all shuffled. So maybe a quick test hand. No, this is literally like, I should probably shuffle them a little bit more. I'm doing this at random, guys, so don't worry. I'm not choosing 1 card, 2 card combos. But with this deck, it's very consistent. Like, you're always gonna have something. Like, you're not gonna just, I don't know, you're not gonna brick that hard. Whoops, my cards are falling. And we have really good draw engines in the deck. So we have the trade-ins just in case we don't have anything, and we have the supply squad. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think it's that good, but let's see what we can do. So we're gonna activate the supply squad. You know, have it ready there. Then we're gonna activate Machina Redeployment to discard the possessed storage. And usually what I go, if I don't have a normal summon, I'm going to add the gear frame. Add the gear frame, and probably we're gonna add Citadel. So now what we can do is normal summon the gear frame. From now we get to add a monster, so we're gonna add the Irradiator. Now this is where I tell you, like, the supply squad is really good. So we're gonna send the Citadel to the grave. And we're gonna special summon a Radiator. Now we're gonna activate a Radiator's effect on either gear frame or himself. So let's just target a Radiator. We're gonna special summon Possessed Storage from our grave. And that's gonna destroy himself. So now supply squad activates, and possessed storage, and the Citadel. So we're gonna do chain link 3, 2, 1. So Citadel will now come back. 2 was what? Oh, possessed storage. Now we're gonna bring back the Irradiator and activate supply squad. because we destroyed a card, and we can even activate Unchained Soul. Add this card to our hand. So now, if you want, so you can either go into, I don't know, I would link here, or even overlay for like the if you were going second, you know, for this. There's just a lot of things you can do, and like you can go Zeraboros, you can go for the Union Carrier that I was telling you about, you can go for Anger Knuckle. So there's a lot of things that you could literally do on your first starting hand, and that was with Supply Squad possible. You could even special summon the Unchained Soul. Now you have 2 level 8s going to your like, you can go into this. Alright, this is activated. This is our hand. That's our graveyard. So do that. Pitch this to special. This with a material on it, if I can find it. Now look at that field, guys. And that was literally just Supply Squad doing its work. Possess Storage, the spell card. And these are all cards that we run 3 of, guys. So this is very likely. And you can even like to have the Citadel engrave for your opponent, or you can keep it there on the field. But even here, we can go into Abyss Dweller. I don't have the Abyss Dweller because it's in another deck, but if I would go into a tournament, I would move the Abyss Dweller down. So now it stops their graveyard effects. What are they going to do now? You could even, instead of going for this, sometimes I like going for the Hope Harbinger itself. Now you have a negation of a spell card. So guys, look at that field real quick. Machina's, I don't think it's really that competitive right now, but I'm trying to make it as competitive as I can because I really like this deck. It's very fun to me, and this is going to be a deck that I'm working on for a while. I'm thinking of maybe getting Eldritch because Adamantipator's I really don't like, guys. Like, I had ordered the cards without the researchers, and I had traded them for like anti-magic arrows to stop Eldritch. So Eldritch is probably the deck I would make, but I don't know. At the end, when I was telling you guys about the tournament, so I had literally like, I had this on the field with this, and this with the, you know, the material, and I had an Appaloosa. This was online. I don't have an Appaloosa right now. I'm maybe thinking of buying it, but I had an Appaloosa as well with 3 negates. I used the 3 negates, and he activated a spell card, which I negated. He had 1 card in his hand, and he still had basically full combo with his full board. How disgusting is that, guys? So yeah, Adamantipator's are broken. And then there was a match where I had I had the Citadel, and I had a couple monsters on the field, so this was gonna resolve whether he liked it or not. But I was waiting for him to build up a board for me to activate it, and this man literally uses a Monster Reborn to get rid of the Citadel, and he has it now. And I'm like, well, I just scooped there. I was so tight because I was in a great position to win both games, and I lost both games. But yeah, guys, I'm getting some cards today, so maybe I'll make an update video tomorrow, depending on what cards come in and if they feel good in the deck. But thank you guys for watching. Well, once again, if you guys see anything that I should add, let me know, and I'll literally add it. Like, I'll even buy the cards literally on the spot just to see how it runs. But thank you guys.